Greetings, fellow stargazers! Today we are going to look at the Aurora Borealis, or as some of you may know it, the Northern Lights. So what causes these mysterious lights? Well, the Northern Lights are the result of collisions between gaseous particles in the Earth's atmosphere with charged particles released from the Sun's atmosphere. As you probably already know, the temperature above the surface of the Sun is millions of degrees Celsius. This causes frequent collisions of gas molecules and for the collisions to be quite explosive. As a result of these frequent and explosive collisions, free electrons and protons get thrown from the Sun's atmosphere due to the rotation of the Sun. This explosion of electromagnetic matter is called a coronal mass ejection, or a CME. Once these electrons and protons are thrown from the Sun's atmosphere, they escape through holes in the magnetic field. The solar wind will then blow them towards the Earth, and the charged particles become largely deflected by the Earth's magnetic field. We know that the Earth's magnetic field is weaker at both of the poles, so some particles can enter the Earth's atmosphere and collide with gas particles here. These are the collisions that we have talked about that then cause light to be emitted. This is what we see as the Northern Lights. A fun fact for you is that the lights are seen approximately 4 nights after the particles are initially ejected from the Sun. If you have ever seen these mysterious lights, you have probably noticed that they often come in many different colors. This variation in color is due to the type of gas particles that are colliding with each other. A pale yellowish green color is the most common that you'll see in these lights. This is produced by oxygen molecules that are located only about 60 miles above the Earth. Red auroras are very rare. They are produced by oxygen molecules that are at very high altitudes. Sometimes they can be up to 200 miles above the Earth. You may have also seen a blue or purplish red aurora. These are produced by nitrogen molecules. Now you may know these lights as simply the Northern Lights. However, in the north they are called the Aurora Borealis, and in the south they are called the Aurora Australis. These lights can be seen in the northern or southern hemisphere in an irregularly shaped oval that is centered over each of the magnetic poles. It is believed that when they occur over the 2 poles, they happen at the same time with similar shapes and colors. However, only the Northern Lights are really a viable option due to the fact that the Southern Lights will occur mainly over Antarctica. However, they can also occasionally be seen from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, but I would recommend viewing them from the Northern Hemisphere. These lights are best seen in the northwestern parts of Canada and Alaska. However, they have been seen as far south as New Orleans. They are also most frequently visible in northern Scandinavia between 66 degrees north and 69 degrees north. This is an area just above the Arctic Circle called the Aurora Zone. Another factor to consider when trying to get the best view of these northern lights is the amount of light pollution in the area. A small town in the north is your best option. You may be wondering when the best time to view these auroral displays may be. Well, auroral activity is cyclic. It peaks about every 11 years, but it could be up to 14 or 15 years. This is considered a solar cycle. During a solar cycle, the number of sunspots will rise to a maximum, which is called the solar maximum, and will also fall to a minimum, which is called a solar minimum. Now don't get me wrong, these lights do occur at every stage in the solar cycle. It's just a matter of whether or not we can see them. Now you may think that you have the perfect time to view these auroral displays. However, there are too many variables to be certain of that. The sun's activity varies, cloud cover varies, and solar winds vary. These are just a few of the many factors that can influence the likelihood of being able to see the aurora. It is suggested that the best time to view these lights is winter in the north. It's generally a good season due to the long periods of darkness and the frequency of clear nights. The best time is also normally around midnight, but peak hours can be any time between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. So if you're standing out in the cold for a long time and you haven't seen them, it might be worth the wait. Well, that's all I have to tell you about the Aurora Borealis. I hope you take the time to go check them out one night because they are a magnificent sight and definitely worth taking the time for.